Hello, everyone. Welcome to session 2 of Prep for Wave Week. We have an awesome panel here. I'm so excited. Going to do a really quick post, and we should be good to go. Please let us know. Can you hear me? Can you see us? Put in the comments before we do dive in deep today. We have a viewer, which actually that might be myself right now. I have it on my phone. Alrighty, it looks like everything is working on this end. So hello, Guida, Jackie, Shai. I'm so stinking excited to have all of you here, all of you representing the biggest organizations in our travel business. Thank you for taking some time again to be with us today. Thank you, Carl. Somebody can hear us. Woohoo! So, Guida, please tell us a little bit about you and how the Travel Institute helps to shape the travel industry.
Well, my name is Guida. I am the Director of Education for the Travel Institute. Education is a sort of a passion of mine, and it's something that I do that is fun, but also it helps others do what they do best. So it's a fun job. Never a dull moment here. The Travel Institute, gosh, we've been around for so long, since 1964, as a nonprofit organization with one mission, and that fits right into my own personal goals, which is really to raise the level of professionalism in the travel industry, and we do that through education. So we really focus on the front line or any other travel professional that's looking to continue to learn.
Awesome, thank you. And Jackie, dual roles, a little bit of Nexion and mostly ASTA for today. So let us know, how are you involved in ASTA and ASTA has done a lot this past year. So if you can please just share one of the major things ASTA has done this past year with us.
Sure, Rita. So in addition to my day job of leading the Nexion organization, I'm also the vice chair of the board of directors for ASTA, the American Society of Travel Advisors. ASTA really has two primary missions: to promote and to defend. And this year they have done so much in both areas. In terms of promoting, they are constantly looking for opportunities to get exposure for travel advisors, to continue to tell the story of why consumers should book with travel advisors. And that work has been going on throughout the pandemic, because now more than ever, consumers really need to work with travel advisors. But probably the biggest thing that ASTA has done over the past 19 months or so is defend. They are constantly leading the way in letting lawmakers, both in the House and in the Senate, as well as sometimes at the state level, to make sure that they understand the impact that the pandemic has had on the travel industry. Our industry is a little bit unique in that so many of you are working harder than ever right now, but you may not be getting compensated right away because commissions are coming in down the road. And so we get involved with meetings, had a lot of Zoom meetings throughout the pandemic. And some of the wins were, the pandemic unemployment insurance that independent contractors had, ensuring that small travel agencies knew how they could apply and gain access to PPP loans, employee retention tax credits, constantly educating, telling the story, and doing what they can to ensure that travel agencies and travel advisors could survive this challenging time. So I'll stop there. Just a couple of things that have been going on in the past year and a half or so.
Thank you. And Shai, CLIA just had a big announcement with Celebrity. Are you able to just give us the Cliff's Notes version of that big announcement, as well as what you do with CLIA?
Yes, the Cliff's Notes version of that announcement, I was so glad to sit in on a webinar, as I've known Dondra for many years and worked closely with Charlie, is that CLIA and Celebrity have partnered together to give away 1,000 free cruises to travel agents who are enrolled in our certification program or who have already achieved a level of certification with CLIA. In addition, they will need to do at least one booking that's fully deposited on Celebrity between now and the end of December, I do believe, as part of the promotion. So there's like 3 steps to take there, and based on where you are in your certification, will determine if you get to be in an ocean view room, a veranda room, if you get to be in one of the verandas, that's one of the upper class suites or rooms, or if you get to actually move up to the retreat suite. So they made that announcement from the Apex, which is awesome. And I've seen tons of pictures of that ship, and I'm really jealous I'm not on the seas right now. But just to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm 20 years in the travel industry, specifically in the cruise industry. I started off working for a cruise line, and after I left the cruise line about 10 years, I owned my own travel agency for a while and also worked as an independent contractor before I came over to CLIA. And now I'm at CLIA as the Senior Manager of Learning Administration. So all of our training programs, all of the curriculum, everything that's developed, I research it, I put it together, and then we go out there and train the heck out of it.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. And I think all 3 organizations do a really good job at training. Kind of segueing into that, all 3 organizations have their own certification programs. So if you could briefly go over the important, or so Dondra actually had even mentioned this in the webinar, that certified agents or advisors make more money than not certified. So just first thoughts, why is that the case? And whoever wants to take the question, it's open.
Well, I'll take that because we actually had a survey that done, gosh, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago, and we're probably going to do another one soon. And it actually put it in black and white because that's always the question. If I get certified, because certification is not mandatory in our industry, if I get certified, will I make more money? Like, what's in it for me? And that's a very real question you should be asking. And the numbers were so black and white that those who are certified definitely make more than those who aren't. And I can speak in particular to the CTA, the CTC, or the CTIE programs, that those hit the top there. So, and I think the reason for that, and I believe that goes right to Shai's programs as well with CLIA, is because of the knowledge that you gain. Inside of these programs. You know, I'm looking at Shai, you know, we both have sister jobs, right? And we put so much effort into these content and the content developed inside of these programs. So if you're more knowledgeable, you're going to sell more. It's going to be easier. It's going to be a faster process. So absolutely.
And to add to that, I would say it's about credibility. You know, there's thousands of travel agents in North America, tens of thousands. And actually, CLIA has about 45,000, actually it's 46,500 members as CLIA, as Charlie pointed out earlier today. But the point is that the expertise that one gains from having a certification sets them apart. And the fact that they've taken the time and effort, that you as a travel agent has taken the time and effort to invest in yourself and to invest into your education to hone your craft as a travel agent, shows that it's worth coming to you to book and talk to you about cruise travel. That's instant credibility when you have a certification. And then not only that, when you look at my colleagues here who offer exceptional courses and certifications in and of themselves, many of them focus on running your business. How do you run it? What are the nuances of being a travel agent? When you couple that or complement it with the certifications and information that you get from CLIA, you get a more well-rounded view of what your craft is as a travel agent, because there's a lot to learn. I tell travel agents all the time, you're wearing 3 hats. You're a travel agent, you're a business owner, and you're an entrepreneur. And those are all 3 different things and 3 different sets of skills that are needed to be learned. So when you combine the learning between all of us, that only enhances your credibility and your trustworthiness with your clients and your prospects.
Wonderful. Thank you. And this was not a preset question. This just came to me as we were talking. We know what CTA, VTA, MCC, all the letters stand for. How can we communicate that value to our clients or to people who don't even know us? Like when they see our letters, how can, besides like, well, this is what this means, how can we really communicate that we did an investment, time investment, money investment, education investment? I don't know if
Can I take that one first?
Yeah.
Only reason why is because when I first achieved my certification with CLIA, I was working at a cruise line. And we did it because we were trying to be the first in the industry to have a sales team that was fully certified by CLIA. Okay, so it was marketing, and we went, did the courses and so forth. I didn't recognize the value of that certification until I became a travel agent and I owned my own agency. And so once I did that, I realized that I had, as I said before, some built-in credibility. I realized that I needed to educate my clients and my prospects on why those letters were so invaluable. Those letters that we have behind our names are just like if we went and got a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, or a PhD. That's time that's invested in our education. That means that we take our jobs seriously, our careers. And that's why I like to use the term that we hone our craft. We didn't just wake up and decide we're going to be a travel agent and boom, start selling travel. No, we took the time to learn what it was going to take, not only to be a travel agent, but to be able to match our clients to the right travel vacations, and do it in a way to qualify them and do it in a way that will make them want to come back and continue to book, that would bring them satisfaction on their vacation. So those letters, that certification holds a lot of weight and a lot of value. It's up to us as the travel agents to convey the value, to help our clients to better understand what exactly it means. And when we do trust and believe, they will select you over someone that doesn't have any certification behind their name.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Jackie.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say, Shai really hit.
Yeah.
Shai really hit the nail on the head. Regardless of what certification you have, you should include those letters in your signature lines on online profiles. But nothing does the job like telling your story when you're talking with your clients on your websites. Tout your knowledge, tout your certification, because you work hard for it, regardless of which program you do. It really depends on the type of travel you want to sell, but you work hard for it and you want to sing it from the rafters.
Yeah. All I was going to say to that is the Travel Institute over the past 2 years, to this point exactly, 3 years, we invested a lot of effort and time into something called digital credentials. And that is actually a page taken from the health side of our world, the health industry. And when you are either a CTA, a CTC, or a CTIE, each individual, and I know, Rita, you're a CTA, each individual has their own digital credential. And that is done through us at the Travel Institute. So that's you walking around with your digital certificate, and at any time, a consumer, the point there is a consumer can verify what that credential actually means. So it's not just you saying, I am certified, they can verify that through us at any point on this website. And the only way to keep that there is to continue your education. So we first did that. And then the second step to that was to create the Certified Travel Agent Directory. And then the PR campaign, the consumer PR campaign that is ongoing right now, directed to these individuals. So again, but all of this, while the Travel Institute is trying to help, I go back to what Shai said, you have to educate your client. It's up to you. If they don't know what you did, they just don't know what you did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And kind of bouncing off of the directory, I remember in I don't know if it was today's earlier study hall or yesterday. I remember mentioning one of the reasons that I wanted to get certified in each of them was because I wanted to be featured in all of the directories. So Jackie or Shai, can you please speak to the directories that you provide as kind of like a benefit for getting certified?
Sure, I'll take that one first. So ASTA has a consumer website called travelsense.org, and advisors who are a member of ASTA can register, put a profile in there, because consumers are going to that site looking for a travel advisor. Any advisor that completes the VTA, the Verified Travel Advisor certification, will actually get preferred placement on travelsense.org. And so, I hear stories from advisors all the time who get really nice leads because their profiles are in travelsense.org. So it's definitely worthwhile taking the time to get that certification. In addition, I have a CTC, I have a CTIE, I have a VTA. I don't sell cruises, so I don't have an ACC or MCC yet, but so I'm a believer in all the programs.
And with CLIA, we have our travel agent finder that agents can also participate in. And the advantage there is when they complete a certification, they get moved to the top of the list. So when a consumer goes in and they look for a travel agent in their area, those that are certified instantly move to the top of the list before all those that are not certified but happen to be members of CLIA. So that certification, when that pops up, again, that adds weight, that adds value. That's telling people that, okay, I might want to talk to this person because they've invested the time and energy and resources into their education.
Awesome. When we're looking into wave season in particular, which is we're all fingers, toes, everything crossed that, and things that are happening now kind of are looking like we're going to have a very busy wave season. How can aligning with a trade association help the advisors as they're kind of preparing to like put different boundaries, but like make sure they're all set when they're servicing clients during that time?
Well, I can't emphasize enough the importance of credibility. Our industry has undergone a change, at least what I've seen in the last 20 years, where you've had a huge influx of folks coming in that really did not take the time and energy to invest in their educations, or they only went so far, let's say getting a foundational knowledge. So one of the reasons why aligning yourself with an association is invaluable is because of that credibility that comes with that. Now I'm getting tongue-tied. And then also too, because you also get access to educational resources that will help you through the wave season. If you need a refresher on how to qualify clients, or if you are having a tough time closing a really important sale and you need some more tips, you can go take a quick 30-minute or so course with us, get information on that, and go back into it. And as you know, we as an association even offer some great marketing tools as well. And we offer career counseling to help our agents talk through what they're trying to work through with their clients or their sales and marketing efforts, all of those different types of things. But what it really comes down to is that associations have time-saving, cost-effective, and beneficial resources that travel agents cannot get anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'll add a little to that. ASTA, can help advisors get geared up for wave season in a couple of ways. Wave season specifically, but also just selling more in general. We were talking about training, we were talking about certification, but also live conferences and events, as well as opportunities to experience some of the products, really help selling. And one of the things that is coming up early on in wave season is ASTA's first River Cruise Symposium in Budapest. And right now there are over 550 advisors signed up for that. They've already cleared some of the wait list, and I think there are even more on it. But that is a great opportunity for advisors to really get familiar with a lot of the river cruise products, the destination of Budapest and surrounding areas as a port where a lot of Danube cruises start and end. So some of those live opportunities to really in-depth experience a destination will really help give the confidence to complement a number of the certification programs that they might take. So that's just one example, but I know earlier in the year there was a trip to Croatia, there was just one to Italy. So constantly having opportunities to go with fellow advisors and really get that in-depth knowledge of a travel style or a destination will really help them, with selling and boosting sales during wave season.
Mm-hmm.
See, Jackie,
Yeah.
you're already on your way to getting your CLIA certification. We're talking about river cruising.
Now, I know around this time and like also making the large investments into each of the organizations, not all advisors are going to be able to. And I would say it took me a while. I will say CLIA was the first that I joined, and I can't remember if I joined ASTA shortly after or Travel Institute, but that's because I had a cruise focus. So kind of like when we're thinking about ideal clients, who is your ideal member, or who is your organization best suited for, so people can identify if they can only pick one organization to join right now, which one they should?
And I'll take that one first.
Because I don't think.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Guida.
All I was going to say, Jackie, is so the Travel Institute. So the first thing that's important to know is that we don't have a membership.
Okay.
So our entire audience, the industry, is our audience. Whether you're brand new into the industry, all the way to executive level. That's to Jackie. She's a CTC and a CTIE herself. So if you had one to pick, you have to belong to all. It's which one are you going to go with? Because each one will offer a different angle, a different approach, a different need. With ASTA, as Jackie said, and I believe I wrote it down, their goal is to defend and promote. At the Travel Institute, our only mission is to educate. That's it. Raise the level of professionalism. So from the Travel Institute's perspective is everyone should be in some sort of educational program, whether you're certified or doing lifestyle specialist courses or specialist sessions to complement what CLIA is doing, what the ASTA is doing, or what a consortia or what a host agency is doing.
Yeah, I will take it next because ASTA has several different membership categories, but by far the largest membership category is the independent contractor category. That category has grown tremendously and is up to over 7,000 members. Next, there are the small core agencies, which are typically brick and mortar, 2, 3, 4 more advisors. The larger agencies are premium members, and then they have the Corporate Advisory Council, which are the largest agencies, both corporate and leisure. So regardless of the size and type of travel that an agency sells, ASTA is the trade association for advisors. And I agree with Guida that it really isn't a choice because all three add so much value. I am in a unique position. I'm on the board of trustees of the Travel Institute and on the CLIA Star Board, in addition to the ASTA Board of Directors. So I believe in all three. And interestingly enough, we had a panel a year and a half ago or so with Charlie Sylvia, Zane Kirby, and Diane Petrus. And they were asked this question, the three of them. And all three of them did say ASTA was where you start, because all travel advisors should support, our industry trade association. Then from there, if you sell a lot of cruises and really want to build your cruise business, CLIA certification programs are fantastic. And they also have a sales component, which I'm a big fan of. And then the Travel Institute, for folks, new to the industry or just getting started, those programs are better than none. So I really think it depends on where you are in your career, the type of travel you're selling. But from an ASTA perspective, any travel advisor should get in there and support our trade association because it's so important.
I agree with everything that my colleagues here have said, and the only thing that I will add to is this. Also consider the fact that when you're looking at starting to sell travel, you do need to have certain credentialing in order to be able to sell travel. And you can only get that from a few actual places. And CLIA membership with us gives travel advisors the official cruise industry credentials that they need in order to be considered credible sellers of cruise travel, both in a view of the cruise line members as well as in consumers. So that is one of your other benefits of becoming a member of CLIA. But for sure, I strongly encourage agents all the time. We don't pit each other against each other. We respect what each organization and association brings to the table. You need to know how to run your business as a travel agent. You need to understand as far as the travel agent itself. One reason why ASTA is phenomenal is because it is solely focused on the craft of being a travel agent. The Travel Institute focus on the craft of the entire travel industry. In CLIA, yes, we're a little bit more niche and we focus on cruise, but if you want to throw cruise into your mix, even if you're not a big cruise seller, then you want to get some education from CLIA, not just around selling cruises, but even also to help you in growing your business in general. We also provide courses on that. So we all complement each other in a number of different ways.
Wonderful, wonderful. Advisors, if any questions have come up through our presentation, please go ahead, pop them into the comment bar as we are wrapping up. I just wanted to give a little bit of promotion to everybody. So first up, Guida, are there any promotions or programs that are currently happening or on the horizon for the Travel Institute?
Well, there's quite a few, but the first one that we're really focused on over the next month is really in our frontline, our new to the industry audience. They're coming in fast and furious, and we have a responsibility to be sure that these individuals are well prepared and set up for the future. So throughout the month of November, if anyone is new to the industry, they can benefit from an $80 tuition assistance off of the program, and it's automatically taken out. So I think that brings that program down to $299, which is really inexpensive for the depth of content that you receive in there. And then, of course, our CTA program, the Certified Travel Associate program, that's going to be getting, you're going to hear some news in the very, very near future about that program, and there will be some tuition assistance associated with that as well, but big news to come on that.
Wonderful. And then, Jackie, besides the River Cruise Symposium, what other things does CLIA have on the ASTA have on the horizon?
In later this month, I think it is the Small Business Network gathering in Savannah, and I think there's still space on that. From time to time, the VTA certification course goes on sale. You don't want to miss the ASTA Global Convention, which will be next August in San Francisco, and they're already starting to sell for that. But that is a great opportunity to just get together as an industry, get some great training, great networking, and to raise important money, for the PAC. But I would definitely go to asta.org, check it out. I would also follow the ASTA Facebook page because they're always putting great information there. There was recently a membership awareness week, and I think you can still look up and see a lot of the benefits of your ASTA membership still on that site. You can go back and look at it and just make yourself aware of everything that is involved. The one last thing I want to touch upon is one of the real foundations of ASTA that is a little unique is the chapter system. And one of the greatest benefits is getting to be part of a group of a community in your local area by engaging with your ASTA chapter, because there's ongoing events, trade shows, supplier presentations, really getting to meet a lot of the reps in your local area. So I would definitely engage in the chapter system. The month of September was a record for ASTA membership, so much so that the credit card processing company thought that that something was really, really wrong, because Royal Caribbean offered a free cruise for anyone who either joined ASTA or renewed their membership. And they came in at somewhere between 4,500 and 5,000 free cruises in the month of September. So, now you have all these new members. And if you are one of them, I really, really encourage you to get involved in the chapter system, get engaged, be a part of it, because you can not only learn through training programs, but you can learn so much from each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to highlight real quick, Carl. He is a certified member. Carl, let us know which certification program you're certified in. And then last, but definitely not least, Shai, please share with us what CLIA has on the horizon.
Well, we have a couple of exciting things on the horizon. Right now, our membership enrollment period is open for our travel agency membership, and then soon our individual agent membership will open, so keep your eyes out for that. In December, we have our virtual training event that'll be held December 6th through 10. It's 1 hour per day from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. And this is going to prepare our agents for WAVE and help them to either, if they're new in the industry and they need to learn a couple of things, or, some of us need a refresher because it's been a grueling 19 months or so. So we might want to get our wheels oiled and greased up and ready to go. So that'll be a good time to do that. Of course, we have Cruise 360, which is our largest training event that's focused around cruise travel. That will be held in Fort Lauderdale, March 29th through April 3rd of next year. So the website for that is cruise360.org. Otherwise, you can go to our website, cruising.org, and look under the events tab to get other information. But the one thing I'd like to leave with everyone after today's session and everything that we've talked about is this. Your association, whichever one you decide to participate in, they provide a smarter way of working, learning, and earning. So it's to your advantage to take advantage of what each association has to offer as far as education, as far as benefits, as far as having fellow colleagues in the travel agent community that you can work with.
Yes, I totally have to agree. And as you were speaking, I had to contain myself because Carl has all certifications. So I was like, congrats,
Carl.
Way to go, Carl.
Oh my guodness, advisors, thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you, amazing rock star ladies of the travel industry, Guida, Jackie, Shai. Thank you so much for being here, so much for giving us some of your time and sharing what each of the organizations does. And I think especially for me, even though I have been involved with the organizations, it's helped to identify the differences, me and myself personally, what you guys do too. So thank you.
You're very
thank you.
Welcome. That's great.
Thank you. Advisors, if you have signed up for your study hall session, that'll begin in just a few minutes. Head on to that Zoom link and I will see you there. For everyone else, tomorrow we have Systems and SOPs starting at 12 p.m. Eastern. I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you again, ladies, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Take care.
Take care.